primarily because of popularity, not because of ability, and who, one, responds to the attitudes of the blue bloods and the racism of the rednecks, and you got nobody who has a vested interest able to influence him.
We have 3 more years of the mayor. Do you think the city could ride it out?
I don't personally think, and this is again a personal thing, I don't think that the city can stand 3 years of the mayor if his attitude and philosophy is the same as what it is now. Because there's, one, too much that needs to be done within the city of Memphis. First of all, in the black community, secondly, in the city as a whole, for his attitudes to allow that to take place, which means, it seems to me, that there's going to be constant friction and constant confrontation in an effort to get it done. I don't know how long the council's got, but who do you go to? You go to a council that's racist by, 7-3 vote. Well, I shouldn't say that's not necessarily fair, but who operates on the basis of race. You go to the mayor's office, who operates on the basis of race to a large degree. Where are you going to get things done? Particularly if it's true that these other areas who would be concerned with doing something have no influence.
That's what will happen to it if the county goes for Wallace next week. The mayor is.
Well, long as the county goes, long as the country.
No, but I mean, the mayor is going to think it's going to strengthen his position, I think, if that Wallace vote is.
Well, it's sure going to go. Have you seen the high school votes?
I saw that. That was pretty frightening.
Unanimous. Unanimous in one high school. How could it be? No, I wouldn't even want Stevenson to have been unanimous.
Well, I think what you better do is move your family back here. I think you may be here for a long time.
Well, I would say that the city is in a very difficult position, particularly, and I don't think the majority of citizens in this community are racist by any means, except that the response is to the racist. And,
well, you are something if you are not against something, and we have learned in this world that.
Well, but I think the point is that the people who are supportive of the issue are not nearly as vocal as the people who are against.
This is true. There's a great deal of fear in this community, I think. There's fear if you write a letter to the newspaper and sign your name that.
Oh yes, you get all kinds of letters. Others. Well, I guess on this low note.
Say something cheerful.
Yeah, I mean, say something joyous.
The strike settlement was pretty good, didn't you think, when it finally came?
Yeah. Now, well, I guess maybe. Do you think you want to say anything about the strike settlement after the assassination, and then Mr. Reynolds came in and Mr. Miles? What were you were involved, of course, during all of this with Frank Miles and so on. He tried and.
Yeah, he tried very hard, and I think added a great deal to the settlement. Because even after that, some really unbelievable things took place. After the city agreed to negotiations, or mediation rather, we came in to sit down to get the process going. Then they objected to us being there because we had been cited for contempt of court, and we were, as a part of that meeting, participating in areas that the injunction prevented us from doing. This really caught us by surprise. It was kind of wild. If they couldn't settle the strike with any of the strikers or the unions, who were they going to settle it with?
We spent 7 hours at Frank Miles' house one Saturday taping from 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He has a terrible good memory, doesn't he?
Yes.
An incredible memory.
Well, he's been at this.
Yeah, well.
Now, is there anything special that you can think of, and the final settlement when Mr. Reynolds came and so on?
Well, I think that the settlement was, as I said earlier, that victory is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
What we felt that we accomplished was not so much the 15 cents an hour, but a change in the manner in which the employees would be treated. The establishment of a grievance procedure, for instance, that clearly spelled out the type of representation they could have. The fact that they got their union recognized in a formal sense by the city. These are the things that we consider to be, tangible things
Now, you think these things have held up?
Well, in the sanitation department, I do believe they've held up. I haven't made any survey or investigation since then, but there have been difficulties. But the guidelines set down by that agreement almost forces the parties to sit down and come to some rational conclusion. Rather than just going off and not talking to one another.
What do you reply when anyone comes back at you that one of the contentions, Loeb had from the beginning of the sanitation strike was that this was just the foot in the door for the union, and that
Well,
as
it's
soon as they
probably
got,
true.
Yeah.
It's probably for this reason, though. See, the best organizer is the employer, not the union. Because if there were not problems going without solution, there would be no reason for a union to be in existence. If the employer did what was simply right by the employees, then the employees would have no desire or need for a union.